Good morning and welcome back to the vlog. My name's Tourvel. You're watching the No Be Real Life, so nothing fancy here other than getting out of debt and, well, living my best life. So, I am not obviously in the typical spot that I film. I am in my greenhouse, one of the places that I spend a lot of time now. Every morning I get up and I make sure that I come out and I water my plants. And I, check everything over, and a lot of my seedlings are coming up. I have lots of sunflowers coming up. I've just planted rosemary and lavender, both English and French lavender. Even though I know it's really hard to grow from seed for the lavender, I am still doing it. I wanted to do that. I grew lots of rosemary a couple years back. Let me just adjust here. That's a little bit better. So, wanted to give you guys a little bit of a life update. So, and some of you may or may have not noticed that my voice changes quite significantly from video to video. And the reason why that happens is because I have been let's just rewind. So, back in November, it was near Thanksgiving time, and yes, I still celebrate Thanksgiving even though I live in the UK. We all have something to be thankful for. However, on the lead up to Thanksgiving, I was starting to feel unwell, and I thought, that's really strange. I've not been unwell for a while. I have really bad allergies, and that sometimes can contribute to maybe not feeling well, but this was different. This really felt different. And with corona, I was like, oh gosh, what if I have corona? And so I did wait a little while to go and get a corona test, and that was probably my mistake, but yeah, I waited, and my test was negative, and then it kept getting worse and worse and worse, and I ended up having to go to A&E because of how bad I was, and they did a chest x-ray, and it turns out I had pleurisy. Now, pleurisy is, on its own is not very nice, but with so it wasn't corona, and it turned out to be pleurisy, but I kept still coughing, and I still cough now. I cough so hard I end up throwing up. Lots of things can trigger it. Scents can trigger it. If I laugh, it can trigger it. Different various things can trigger it. And I was on probably about 6 lots of steroids and antibiotics between December and January. And at this point in time, nobody's seeing anybody in person. The only time I saw somebody in person is when I went to A&E and I had that chest x-ray. But I still wasn't getting any better. And I'm still not 100%. I lose my voice often. Like, now it's starting to catch and I'm starting to struggle. And I finally got a referral. I have private medical insurance, so I have seen an ears, nose, and throat and a gastroenterologist for it. And so I saw my ears, nose, and throat, and he ordered a barium swallow test, which showed that I had quite severe acid reflux. Now, I don't have really any other symptoms of acid reflux other than this persistent cough, and this cough is really, quite severe, and that's what is making me cough, apparently. On the other side of it, I do have really bad allergies, and I always have a postnasal drip. Well, apparently the combination between the postnasal drip and the acid reflux is causing the acid to come up and basically burn my vocal cords, or to some extent cause them some sort of distress. And it has been quite the journey. And so this Thursday, so I was meant to have my pre-assessment over the phone on Friday, I waited and waited and waited. Nobody ever called. I ended up calling the hospital. The hospital said, oh, they sent you the wrong letter. It is going to be today. However, it's going to be between 8 and 1. 1 o'clock passes. I still don't have a call. So I call the hospital back. And the reason why I'm so, like, I guess, on it is because I cannot afford to have them tell me, I'm sorry, you didn't have your pre-assessment. You can't have your procedure on Thursday. So I then get a call around 4 o'clock from the hospital saying, we are really, really busy. We're really sorry we haven't been able to do your pre-assessment. What day next week can we schedule you in? And I said, well, Monday's fine. I'm having my corona test. And they're like, okay, so Monday's not good for us. We'll book you in for Tuesday. I'm like, okay, Tuesday, 4:30, I expect a call. Because at this point, you know, I'm off of all of my meds at the moment. And it makes things a lot worse for me. And I'm just thinking, if I don't have this, you know, endoscopy that they've recommended, then I'm not going to get any closer to knowing what is wrong and for them to be able to fix it. Now, I'm on 2 tablets a day for my acid reflux. I'm also on Galveston in between. I take my antihistamine and I'm on a nasal spray now. All because I'm trying to get all of this under control, and nothing seems to be working. It still seems to flare up, and it doesn't. And I've been keeping a food diary as well to try to help pinpoint, you know, certain foods that are causing this. But honestly, I'll drink when I'm drinking. Like, I can't even have a latte anymore without really struggling and have great difficulties in drinking it. It just comes straight back up, and it's become really painful. So that is the update. So coming this Thursday, I am going for a scope to see, and they're going to take some biopsies as well, just to make sure it's nothing else other than that. They have talked about doing 2 other tests, which I'm really hoping they're not going to have to do, where they put a tube through my nose down into my stomach, and then they measure, and they make you drink, and they make you do all these measurements. And then they also want to do a 24-hour monitor, a pH test thing. And these aren't the right terminology, obviously, but I'm really not looking forward to that, and I'm going to hopefully be able to have some answers this Thursday, because, you know, like I said, I don't know that I really suffer from acid reflux other than this persistent cough and this happening and me being sick now. I think because now that it's gone on for so long, it continually makes me sick, and I just, gosh, it's the worst thing ever. I really I'm well and truly over it. The next update is about the van. So my plan was always to call about the van on the 15th of April. I don't know why I've always said that date, and I don't know, maybe it's because the 15th of April is a big day in America because it's tax day, where you have to file your taxes for that. But what I am a little bit concerned of is that I'm working from 8:30 in the morning until 12, and then at 12 I'm leaving the house, going to the hospital, having my scope, and at that point in time I've been told that I'm probably not going to have very much of a voice afterwards because of it. So yeah, I'm probably going to call, I might even call today, and I may even record that so you guys can hear it. I don't know how that works though. I feel a little bit like this person doesn't know I have a YouTube channel, and but it's a big part of my life and a big section of my life, so I may just, I don't know how I'm gonna do that, but yeah, so I'll have to think about that. But yeah, so that is the update, guys. So I am really hopeful that I'm gonna have a voice next week to be able to actually record the video. Again, it very well sound like this, or even sound a little bit worse, so apologies if that is the way it is. But fingers crossed, we're going to get some answers and be able to get this corrected, because medication alone is not going to correct it. There's lots of different techniques and procedures now that they could potentially look to do. I'm not... the worst thing you could do is probably Google what they can do and thing, but, you know, even... I've heard about magnets at the base of your, you know, esophagus going into your stomach to help it. Like I said, I don't really know what they could do for this, because, you know, it has progressively gotten worse, not better. You know, I have days where I do sound quite normal. I don't sound like Joan Rivers. But it is just, you know, it's not tenable for me to continue. I'm struggling at my job. Like the other day I was on the phone for all day, and then I spent all evening coughing and throwing up because of how severe it is. So anyway, guys, I hope that you guys are having a magnificent day. It's cold here in the UK. It snowed yesterday, which was really bizarre, considering. But yeah, so what I thought I would do now is I thought I'd just take you on a little bit of a tour of my greenhouse. Not typically the debt-free journey. Oh, the debt-free journey. I forgot. So, I forgot to tell you about what's going on with the debt-free journey. I'm so sorry. So that it is such a big deal too. I've been, you know, crazy at the moment. So, 2 videos ago, and I'll link that video up here for you guys, I told you guys that there was a settlement on the account, and I wasn't sure if it was going to then affect my credit file, if it would show up as settlement or would it show as paid in full. And I found out that it is showing up as paid in full. It would show up as paid in full. So I took all of my resources, all of my eggs in baskets, the whole 9 yards, and I have paid off that I think it was 1,638 pounds and some odd pence. I will show you guys a little bit of a screenshot here now to show that it is now a 0 balance, and that means that I now only have 3,800 pounds to pay. Now, things are going to start to change a little bit with my budget, and I will probably be making a separate video on what changes are going to be made and the changes that I'm going to make over the next couple of months. I'm still hoping to be debt-free no later than September. Originally, it was meant to be August, but because of some overtime, some things that I've sold, and just other little things, I have been able to speed up that a little bit. So sorry for the noise as well. There is a plane going over. There's a plane. And a car going by. But so that is the update on the debt-free journey. Only 3,800 pounds left, and boy, to all the naysayers out there, to all the people that said you won't do it, you won't be able to do it, well, it's being done. It is really, really being done, and I'm really, really thankful. So anyway, I hope that everybody has a fantastic rest of your weekend. I will show you a little bit about in the greenhouse as well today, just to kind of give you a little bit of an image of what I am doing in the greenhouse. So this is what I have going on in the greenhouse. Those are some pyracanthus seedlings. These are, I believe, onions and carrots. Those are some pyracanthus and camellia cuttings. All of these are French and English lavender. And I think these here, again, are the pyracanthus. The first photo was when it was just starting out. These are all my baby sunflowers from seeds. And this tray is full of tomatoes, and they're just starting, you can just start to see the tinge of green. So thanks so much for watching, guys. I hope you enjoyed today's video. If you did, please don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe to my videos. It's the easiest way to support my channel, so please don't forget to do that for me. Anyway, I shall see you guys next Sunday.